Hey guys, we're back with Lucid9. When we last left off, we got fired by Shigure. We got some new information about the case. Well, we have a case now. And yeah, this could be edited onto the last video I made, depending on how long I get to record today. I could only have like 5 minutes left. So that's why. I still want to record though, because, well, I'm having fun and I have class that starts in 2 days. So I won't be able to record that day. And I mean, I'll probably be able to record less in general when class starts, because that's how that works. Anyway, I wake in a cold sweat with my heart thumping against my ribs. For a moment, I can only lie there breathlessly, struggling to recollect my thoughts. It's over. I'll never have to do stupid, dangerous things again. No longer have anything to do with those crimes. Is it possible to not become Shigure's apprentice, or whatever you want to call it? Worker? It has a name. Wait, is the window too small? Yep, there's a little pixel. Well, a line of pixels. Unless, of course, it's by my own volition. Anyway, throw on my uniform and head to the kitchen, selecting some simple food for breakfast as I scroll through my phone. But I wonder how the game plays out if you don't become Shigure's helper. Maybe you just get a bad end instantly. Looks like I have another email from the mysterious Crimson Crusade. You see, life as a troll sounds quite difficult. I too would be upset if I was forbidden from forecasting the weather. How do you feel about this development? Oh, I think... Wait, is the whole thing new, or only that line? The plain honest words are a soothing balm in the midst of all this deception I've undergone. I compose a valid response. I don't know. This is my first time I actually felt like I was good at something... I actually felt like I was good at something useful. Now that it's gone, I have nothing. If I had another chance, I'd take it eagerly, but I doubt I'll get one. I send the message as I finish breakfast, waiting for a response. This time, though, I'm only greeted with silence. Maybe I was too philosophical. Maybe I was too serious. Maybe they won't respond again. Now that is my problem. When it's clear that the reply won't come anytime soon, I grab my backpack and head to school. Despite the beautiful weather, the atmosphere is stifling. We're 4 days prior now, by the way. We're getting there. We almost drowned today, whatever that means. There's probably water involved. The entrance, usually occupied by students before class, is desolate. Curious, I head to the courtyard. Well, hold on, that's really what happens today. Your school enforces a curfew. You nearly drown. Your pass catches up to you. Tomorrow, someone dies before my eyes. Anyway, they're scattered around the corners, whispering frantically beneath their breaths. I notice a solemn Yahiko on a nearby bench, speaking with an equally solemn boy. Such an unusual sight that I creep closer, trying to get a hint of their conversation. What take it so hard? How's he been? Hanging in there, I guess. He said that he wasn't coming today. Why not? Didn't say. He's been spending a lot of time in his dorm, though. He won't respond to me. And he just talked with Eri. Eri? Why would that matter? Come to think of it, Eri's always been surrounded by rumors. Even before people accused her of being the source of her disappearances. If I remember correctly, it wasn't that she caused the disappearances herself. Rather, she supposedly emitted this era of bad luck that indirectly led to their misfortunes. Pointing fingers is usually unnecessary, but this is getting weird. It's not Masato, is it? She texts to Midori, and Midori freaks out, then disappears. Then it's Toma, who freaks out, and also disappears. Even Akane. And Shoji too? Yesterday, she came to him at lunch. He won't tell me what they talked about. But he's also acting differently. Right now, let's just keep trying to talk with him. Whatever you do, don't leave him alone. Hey, see you after class. Yeah, you hang in there too, okay? As always. The boy strides away. Yahiko slips onto the bench, dropping his hand over his eyes. So out of character that I have to pinch myself to make sure I'm not dreaming. When I decide I'm fully awake and that seriously Yahiko is actually a thing, I approach the bench. Hey. Yahiko immediately bolts upright, all sense of tension melting from his face as he dons his characteristic smile. Why, hello, my good minion! What brings you to this place? So is the Yahiko that we know just like a character that he puts up when Yama's around. Not necessarily even Yama, just, you know, that's suspicious. Still, I'd prefer that he not know that I was just eavesdropping on him. I play along. Do you know why the school's so quiet? Do I know why the sky is blue? Do you? Do I? Is it back to normal? Is it true that it's because the ocean reflecting? Is that a myth or... I'm not sure. Seems back to normal. This is what his normal state really is. Oh yeah, I remember. Apparently the police dug up some body in the woods or something. Caused a big uproar. Why? Well, it's one of the disappearing students. You remember her, Akane Tsukino. The name definitely sounds familiar. It's not just from the investigation. Her boyfriend's a react, the poor sap. Her boyfriend. Akane, a disappearance. A boyfriend who's worried sick. She must be the girlfriend of the guy who had fought with the other day. Right, they're blaming Eri for her disappearance, and I stepped in. Right in her boyfriend's face, I told him, it'd get over Akane in a week or two. Her body was found? Well, that's what... Well, what was left of it? What was left of it? Hold on, something's beginning to make sense. That police officer, Officer Katsu, was it? So that I was on a crime scene, in that case. When was her body found? Don't tell me. Yesterday, or so the rumors go. Yesterday morning? Yeah, how do you know? An immense wave of guilt washes over me. Akane Tsukino dead. I vaguely remember the harsh words that spewed at her boyfriend. Shoichi? Was it? No, Shoji. How could he be feeling now? I could make a reference, but I'm not going to. You'll get over it in a week or two. I said that. Said that when I thought he was clingy and irrational for blaming Eri. But now, she's dead. Brutally murdered in the depths of the Osamu forest, without a single soul or mourner passing. On the bright side, there is one, and now I understand far more than I used to. Why Officer Katsu was at the forest. Why he claimed it was a crime scene. Why Shikari asked me to go look. She never asked you to go look, though. She just told you about it. Oh. Vaughn, stop. Because a body had been found. An actual body. Hey, you okay, dude? Looks like Yahiko noticed my silence. Can only continue my line of inquiry, at the very least. Maybe can actually somehow help the investigation, even without Shigure. Shoji's the name of her boyfriend, right? Yeah, how do you know him? Yeah. How? The most inconvenient moment, the warning bell tolls. Yahiko immediately grins. Whoops, guess that's the bell. Mustn't have my perfect reputation tainted with rumors of tardiness. He strides to our classroom, beckoning for me to follow, even stranger. He doesn't want us looking into the investigation. Whether it's because he's our friend and is looking out for us, or because he's the culprit, I don't know. I apprehensively walk alongside him, wondering just how much I actually know about Yahiko Ikari. Let me take a drink. We're in adventure mode now. We're in novel mode? We switch modes! I get those two mixed up. I've been talking for like the past 2 hours now. Well, recording for the last 2 hours now, so my voice is starting to hurt. I used to believe that I knew everything about Yahiko. He seemed simple at a first glance, so readable as my books from 3rd grade. I still remember how he looked. Someone pulling 3 bulky suitcases through the door with his skinny arms. He was smiling then, too. Like I really saw him without a smile. Hello, Yumi! I'd already unpacked and was currently lying in my bed, reading some novel or another on my phone to pass the time. I'd even look up to issue my greeting. Wait. Oh, okay, I thought this was in 3rd grade. I was like, wait, but in 3rd grade, they wouldn't have smartphones then. Yo. There's Yahiko Ikari. From today onward, I'll be your new overlord. It's got my attention. Hastily glanced up. First thing I noticed was his hair. It was bright yellow, for one thing. Made it pretty noticeable. It was also cut around his face in swaying layers that made him... in swaying layers like he was some kind of idol. You think Yahiko was like teachers or something? Or someone arranged for Yahiko to be like, you know, for someone overly happy to be around Yama to better his mood. I think that because Little Busters had a plotline kind of similar to that. In the Rin route, you'll know what I'm talking about if you've read Little Busters. Like, it's not a spoiler. Anyway, the next thing I noticed were his shoes. Most of the kids at the academy had nice shoes. Of course, but his were on a different scale of nice. They were loafers. Brown like usual, but they were also etched with unusual designs that glowed with the sheen of some expensive material. Later I found my voice is dying. I found out that they were custom made from Italy. Not that I needed to know that to make my judgment, I returned to my book, bored. Womanizer, rich kid, arrogant, neat freak. At the very least, his type wouldn't be a terrible roommate, as long as I didn't have to talk to him. When I think about it now, it really shouldn't come as a surprise that his parents are higher ups at Lemniscate. His grades are nowhere good enough to get a scholarship, and he waltzes into this expensive teacher school wearing Italian loafers and probably scarves from Sweden. Not to mention that, as ignorant as he may be in anything of value, he's always up to date on the latest pop culture and technological releases. Hey, pay attention to me. What does that mean? So you're paying attention? Expected him to explode in a fit of angry entitlement. Do you know who I am? Do you know who my father is? Do you know what I could do to you? But he did something completely unexpected. He dropped his luggage and immediately raced to my side, his eyes shining. Are you speaking another language? Always wanted a multilingual minion. This is perfect. Many of my first impressions from arrogant to crazy. Regardless, that was a pretty good opportunity to have some fun. Can you write that all down? Can't write? Does that mean yes or no? Wait, what? The bewilderment on his face was so genuine that I couldn't help but laugh. All the people I met, this guy had to be the most gullible. Name's Yama. Oh, I understand that. Really? Yes, well, it's only to be expected. Someone as amazing as me can pick up languages in a snap. I see. Can you understand this? Yeah! What about this? Yeah! And this? I understand it all. Oh, that's amazing. You know all 20 dialects of my language. He beamed with pride. Of course I do. I'm an Ikari. I see. So what planet are you from? Planet? Well, that was a sudden jump. Jupiter. Really? I didn't know people lived on Jupiter. Not people. Jarzites. Why is my mouse moving so fast? There we go. I paused for dramatic effect before reeling off anything that came to mind in that moment. I didn't press anything there. That was scary. We're invincible from physical impact. We're humanoid, but our blood is blue. But we have blue blood too. That's a myth. Why would they teach that? How did that even start? We have her, earth and insects. And we have a strong affinity towards animals. Wait, let me take notes on this. I didn't know how to best utilize the Jarzite minion. He eerily dug through his luggage, tossing clothes, cosmetics, and Lemniscate tech here and there in the midst of his frantic search. I shook my head in disbelief. Does he actually believe that I was from another planet? Okay, I'm ready. Hit me with it. Write down the following phrase. Yeah? This is a joke. This is funny. In our world, that means you're just messing around. Was he serious? That's what this is, a joke. I'm from Earth. Oh, silly, you're a Jarzite. I was joking. Not a Jarzite. I'm an actual human. What? Yes, he was serious. He was actually serious. Why did you tell me you're a Jarzite? Scale would pretty much believe anything, wouldn't he? Tired of providing explanation, I simply returned to my book, but Yihiko almost hit it out of my hands. What about your name? Was that a lie too? What? Your name, Yama. If you really want to check, her names are on the door. Stop doing that! His face immediately turned blank. I sighed. You didn't see it when you came in? They're true nameplates, Yihiko and Yama. Well, my good minion, never fear. I hold nothing against you for concealing such vile information from me. I didn't conceal any. Now, if you may grant me silence, I must unpack. I sit again and return to my book, reciting to bear with this obnoxious roommate for the entire year. What caused him to move to an apartment? My opinion of him hasn't changed much since then. Still egotistical, oblivious, and mildly insane, but he always means well, even in the oddest of ways. Despite my frequent criticism of him, his stupid actions actually cheered me up. Now that he seems to be struggling with something, I want to repay the favor. Strangely enough, Yahiko doesn't give me a single glance all throughout the class. In fact, he's completely silent, speaking only when the teacher calls on him. His answers are correct. It's enough to startle the entire class. Any other day, they'd probably gossip about it. Today, though, there's obviously more important things to discuss. Was Yahiko replaced? Classes proceed as usual, but no one seems to be paying attention. Even the teachers are out of it. Lectures are barely coherent. When lunch break arrives, I'm ready to speak with Ehiko, but a sudden cold voice interrupts me. Hey, you. Turning on apathetically, stocky boy standing before me, fist clenched. Oh, wasn't the guy that I was talking with Ehiko this morning? You are? Haru Banya. Never heard of you. Try to walk past him, but he refuses to move. I'm a friend of Shoji. Stop cold at that. I was there when he said those words to him. What do you want me to do? Apologize? That'd be a good place to start, yeah? Guilt and anger intertwined in the pit of my stomach. We didn't know she was dead, then. You mocked him for worrying she was being murdered. Have you seen the average high school relate? Have you seen them? How can you be their judge without knowing anything about them? Is that an excuse to pick on Yui? On Eri? What about spreading fake rumors? Look, you're not the only one at fault. But would you be saying the same thing if you found the girl you loved was murdered in cold blood? The words hit harder because, yes indeed, I've thought of them myself. Sorry. Don't say that to me. Without warning, he grabs my school tablet straight out of my hand, too stunned to even stop him. Then he taps something on the notes section. 10 digits. Bold and clean cut on the screen. A phone number. Say that to him. He hands me back my tablet before striding out of the classroom, leaving me shaken. I immediately head to the rooftop to get some fresh air. Haru's words echo in my school with every step. Your fault. She's dead. I mean, Yama did step over the line. Like, he went a bit too far. But, I mean, that guy went too far as well. So, I mean... of course, his girlfriend just got murdered. So, I mean, we could be nice to him. But, I mean, he was also being kind of rude to Eri. So, I mean... Too late. Shove them out and I burst through the door. I nearly rushed into a face full of plants in my haste. The sunlight angrily cuts in my eyes as I stumble on the nearest bench, breathing deeply through my nose. Just need some rest, some silence, some... Eek, watch out! I jerk upright as a giant monster of fluffy fabric plummets through the air, pelting the space where my head was just a moment ago. Suddenly, a large, very large, warm weight plops squarely on my lap. I felt a tickle of velvety hair against my cheek. Akira? In the space of 10 seconds, if somehow acquired it, an Akira Kirube sitting on the edge of my knees, hands resting against my shoulders, nose just an inch away from mine. I don't even have time to be embarrassed. As quickly as she landed on me, Akira jumps away, flushing a brilliant red. I'm sorry, Yama, I didn't mean... A response tumbles out of my mouth before I have time to think. What? It's fine. But it's fine, really. Akira buries her face in her hands, thoroughly mortified, sees the moment to glance around, trying to figure out just what happened. The fabric behind me just seems to be a pile of costumes. Silks and satins in rich colors, meticulous embroidery, and white lace are just some of the materials that catch my eye. It's an enormous pile. Can't believe she's trying to carry it all by herself. This for the drama club? Yes, we're having a dress rehearsal. Rehearsal for an impromptu show after school. You should come. Come and give your undying support to Yui. I've never seen her in such a strange mood before. Kira may be a hero, but something seems to be bothering her intensely. Maybe I should ask her about it. I mean, I have a phone call to make. There's a delay in OBS! I can see it! I thought I was crazy! There's like a 0.5 second delay. I'm not insane. It doesn't work with the mouse, only Lucid9. I mean, it doesn't matter for a visual novel. It's probably none of my business anyway. I'll make it if I can. Should have sounded encouraging, but this just seems to sink her further. Of course you would. She probably skips the pile of fabric into her arms, her face transforming into an abrupt smile. Well, Admiral, I must be going. I have places to go, people to see, worlds to save. Now what happened? If you could, just ignore it. Pretend like it never happened. Like a dream that's so vivid you think it's a memory, but in reality it's just your brain trying to fool you around with it. Wait, no, Yama's not good with... Does moving my mouse a certain way right-click? Wait, no, that's not right-clicking, that's scroll. Oh! I press the button on my mouse that makes it easier to scroll. Ah. That's why sometimes. Okay. Something like that. Bye. Trembly bustles to the exit, looking like a giant pile of moving fabric. That was eventful. Take a long moment to calm myself down, absently combing through Haru's words. When I finally feel stable, I ate a quick lunch at the cafeteria before returning to the classroom. Making my seat right as the bell rings, or were we not calling him? Hailing another period of gossip reading classes. Surprisingly, the PA clicks on, and a special video announcement by the principal is seen to our whiteboard. Good afternoon, students. As you are well aware, we have found ourselves in a most tragic and bewildering turn of events. We request that throughout the following circumstances you remain calm. Rest assured that, above all else, the Academy prioritizes your safety. The first matter, we empathetically request that you refrain from any communications with the media. Our faculty and partners are diligently working to solve the matter at hand and will deal with any questions aimed their way. Secondly, classes will continue as scheduled. Please do not neglect your studies. Special security is employed to keep you safe. Thirdly, in order to best ensure your security, curfew has been moved from 11:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. Please consider the timekeeping when you make plans. Try to refrain from being out of the school when alone. I expect grounds from the student body, but there are none. People must be really scared. What I find interesting is the implementation of a harsher curfew, when all the disappearances have been taking place inside campus after curfew. Maybe they're trying to hide the truth. Please keep the security message in mind as you plan your day. The accommodation, the dormitory recreation rooms, exercise rooms, and practice rooms will be open for 24 hours. Off-campus students are strongly advised to adhere to similar guidelines. Thank you for your patience. The video shuts off, leaving the classroom in silence. Our teacher rises to the front of the room, visibly shaken. Well, that was very informative. Let's continue. Glance over at Yahiko. His face is completely blank, but I can see his knuckles turning white against his desk. Unfortunately, right as I attempt to start a conversation, the teacher calls on me. By the time I remember my original intentions, school's already ended. Yahiko bolts from my seat immediately after dismissal, barely sparing me a second glance. Even Elizabeth splits from her groupies before I can catch her. Spent a few moments, still and silent in my chair. Alone. Completely alone. Have you seen Beth? I jerk upright and come face to face with Natsuki Tanaka! She's smiling, standing upright in her pristine, neatly ironed academy uniform, her eyes bright and clean, and nothing like the girl I met the previous night. Yeah, her eyes are a different color. Are they the same person? I feel a curdle of disgust in the pit of my stomach. Disgust. If I'm honest with myself, a tinge of fear. You just missed her. Probably already knew that. And if I did? Then I would assume that you wanted to talk to me. Why wouldn't I want to do that? You're the one with all the answers. She giggles slightly behind her hand, yet the sickening feeling that she's enjoying this. If perchance you see Beth, do give her my regards. Why don't you tell her yourself? I wonder. She turns on her heel and drifts away without another word. I clutch my hands against the desk, fighting to keep my anger down. She's aggravating. She's insane. She's undefeatable. I roughly grab my backpack and exit the school, looking to clear my head. Again. I idly wander into the streets, feeling the acute pang of loneliness for the first time in a long, long time. Yuri and Akira, at drama club. Masato at track. Yahiko at... I don't even know probably his own club. Masaki, who knows. Eri, who knows. Elizabeth, who knows. Not only that, but no one really knows about the investigations. No one knows the crimes as much as I do. No one knows what I've been up to. No one, of course, except Mr. Yota. I could visit him, but at the same time, it doesn't feel right. Like I'm using him as my crutch instead of learning to function in society on my own. Wanted to get rid of that. Wanted to learn how to be independent. But that doesn't seem to happen. First crutch was... Well, the second crutch was my parents. What was the first crutch? They made sure I received proper care from therapists, stayed physically healthy, and completed my schoolwork even when I wanted to. Third crutch was and is Yui. I kind of thought she would be the first crutch, but no. I intended to come to the school with her so that I could learn to be self-sufficient. Is the first crutch? I think it hinted that he had a sister or something, right? Maybe. I'd be able to develop into a person that could impress his parents. I'd be intelligent, wise, capable, full of initiative. Finally, the identity of Yami Ishimoto. But instead, I just clung to Yui and stuck to my old ways, because there's no reason to try anything risky when something familiar will suffice. I need to get over that. I need to prevent myself from getting a fourth crutch. Sudden string of piano breaks through my thoughts. I instinctively turn to the source of the noise. I find myself staring straight into the Café de la Pa. La Pix. I don't know. The melody is simple, but somehow eloquent. Curious, I try to glance through the window. Thought so. To my surprise, I found Elizabeth Oshiro seated before a polished ebony grand. Did someone else have a last name Oshiro? I feel like we've seen that name somewhere else recently. I don't remember. Fingers plodding determinedly across the keys as she bites her lip in concentration. Odd. I didn't know she played piano. Struck with a sudden urge to talk with her, but fight against it. She'll really just drive me insane, right? Huh. Do we talk to her? I think there's something to be gained from talking to her. Can't help it, I need some company. Although I think I'll use that chance to call it there. My voice will kill me if I keep going. And I'll have to call it in like the next 10 minutes anyway, so probably. I'll see you guys next time with some more Lucid9. I'll probably be able to play some more tomorrow. Maybe, depending on how long it is, even finish all of it tomorrow. Because, like, I'll probably have at least a couple hours to play, so. Probably. Yeah, so. I saved, right? 11. Yeah, okay. I'll see you guys next time with some more Lucid9. We'll be talking to Elizabeth and almost drown. And my past catches up to me. We already enforced the curfew. Well, it already did enforce the curfew, actually, but anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.